Please welcome a man whose life work has become a shield for the vulnerable around the world. Jason Jones, filmmaker, author, and founder of the Vulnerable People Project, has spent decades defending the dignity of every human person, from children in the womb to families in crisis across the globe. His courage, his storytelling, and his relentless advocacy have inspired countless people to stand up for life. Please join me in welcoming a powerful voice for the voiceless, Jason Jones.
Oh my. The only thing that scares me more than speaking in public are crowds. So you're gonna have to help me out real quick. Viva Cristo Rey! Viva! Oh, I love that. I wanna thank the priests and the pastors, Archbishop Corleone and the Patriarch. I want to thank you for being here. Today, truly, to quote St. John Paul the Great, the body of Christ is breathing with both lungs, proclaiming the dignity of the child in the womb. I want to thank my brother knights. Are you here? Can I hear you? Hooah. I want to thank the moms and the dads, but most especially the little brothers and sisters that have to carry the diaper bags and push the strollers. Thank you for coming here to walk for life. I began walking for life almost 40 years ago. I was not raised in a family of faith or politics. My mother was a single mom. She was a waitress. She had me at 16. I'd never been to church a day in my life. But 2 days before my 17th birthday, the day after a homecoming football game, I was lying in bed, sore and tired, and debating whether I should continue to sleep or go eat Honey Nut Cheerios. And as I had this teenage debate going on in my mind, I heard someone walking up the stairs, and it was my high school girlfriend. She sat on my bed and she woke me up with the words, "I'm pregnant." That day, the two of us discussed what we would do, and we decided that we'd be a family and raise this child. And I knew of a program where I could join the Army on my birthday because a friend just did it. So on my 17th birthday, I went down to the recruiter's office. He looked at me in my leather jacket, and I was clean cut, and he said, "You don't qualify for this program, it's for troubled youth." And I told him, well, you know, out of 565 kids in my class, I'm last. And I had 80 hours of detention last semester. And then I told him some things I won't tell you, and he looked concerned, and he said, "I think you may be overqualified for this program." But he gave me a sheet of paper, and we went through the paperwork, and my mother signed it. My principal looked at it and said, "If I sign this, I'll never see you again." And I said, "Yep." So she signed it, and off to basic training I went. And I'll never forget being a 17-year-old lying in bed, and I said, if I double my age, I'm 34, and I'm already a father and a soldier. How lucky can I be? But a few days before I was to graduate, I got a phone call. And I couldn't believe my 5'2", 100-pound girlfriend could hide the pregnancy this long. But on this Sunday morning, I went and answered the phone, and she was crying like I had never heard anyone cry. And all I can say is that her soul was crying. And she said, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it wasn't me." And then her father grabbed the phone and he said, "I know your secret, and it's gone. I took Katie to get an abortion." She suffered a forced third trimester abortion. I did not know that in our country it was legal to destroy the child in the womb from biological beginning to birth, until I found out that my daughter was destroyed in the womb. We know she was a girl because the abortionist said after the quote procedure, "By the way, you had a little girl." I've been walking since then. And I remember when I told my friends and my dad and my peers when I was in the Army or in college, one day we're gonna end abortion. And they said, "You're naive, you're crazy, Roe v. Wade is the law of the land." Well, let's just say this. We are in beautiful San Francisco, and we are in beautiful post-Roe America. But I went on X today, and we are grateful for the overturning of Roe. But there's a debate, as always, raging on X. You should be satisfied with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was enough. Roe v. Wade was a modest first step into a culture of life. All of us share one thing. C.S. Lewis said that God must have put a veil before our eyes, because if we could see each other for our grandeur and dignity, we would fall to our knees and worship each other as we walked through the streets. I think in the pro-life movement, we don't have that filter. When we look at the human person, we are in awe. We are mesmerized. Whether it's the fragile child in the womb or the frightened family in a war zone, we see their beauty and dignity. So no, Roe was not enough. We're here for the full legal protection for the child in the womb to birth. But that's not even the end. That's not even the end. That's just the first big step toward a culture of life. We want to leave our descendants a civilization of love, and that's why we're here. I love that flag. It says 76. Well, now it doesn't. Come this way. Blow back. On one side, it says 76. You guys see it? Next year is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And people say, you're a pro-life activist, you're an anti-abortion activist. I say, I'm an anthropologist. I'm here to tell you the truth about the human person. And we live in the only country in the history of the world that is founded on anthropology. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. And the Founding Fathers said that it was self-evident, and it is evident, but it became evident to the human family through the gospel of Jesus Christ in Christian revelation. So that's why we are here. We march for life. We march for the truth of the dignity of the human person. Now, people say that our country has never been more divided. Do you guys feel like we're divided? I think there's division, but have we been more divided? We had civil war. We had segregation, like enforced by the law. We have been more divided, but we can feel that division. And people say that our movement is divisive. Our movement is the only movement in this country that can unite us. They believe in unlimited autonomy, and I commend them for being out here because they believe in the common good, and they come out here and they have to suffer confrontation for what they believe. But autonomy is limited. Autonomy is limited, but our inviolable dignity is not. The only principle that can unite this country was our declaration principle. We order the life of our families, our neighborhoods, and our political communities around the truth of the human person. Each and every one of us is the most beautiful thing created by God in this cosmos. Viva Cristo Rey! Viva! God bless you.